Board games, board games, it's what we're talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and over there is a person known as DutchYoda. Dutch, this person who some people call Dutch, you might say they are such a big personality in the scene. I'm not even sure what I mean, but I'm sure that we can all agree that with Portal Games, DutchYoda has some familiarity. And DutchYoda's now trying to make a game. Currently, Lovely Drawing is its name. And that is the one that Dutch just showed. And we will carry on in this mode with some singing and mentorship. It's what I'm talking about. Board game mentorship. I'm not gonna shout. Hello and good morning. And I am Bez. We've got some beats, depending on your definition of beats, and we've got some board game blether. We'll try to get both those things in. This is episode 274. 14 episodes ago, which I guess must have been 260, we had a meeting DutchYoda, which on YouTube, because it's really weird. So Dutch's name, I'm just going to say, is Dick Rensema, and Twitch did not allow me to make the stream with this name on. It's kind of sad. I actually added it as a anyway. Yeah, let's not get into that. Hello, Timmy. It's lovely to see you. So, yeah, if you want to just hear us blethering for 2 hours, go to YouTube and check out the thing from 2 weeks ago. Otherwise, we'll get a little bit into who is DutchYoda very, very quickly. Just a quick summary. And we agreed, what was it, 4 weeks ago-ish, on Matthew Dunstan's stream, that I would mentor you like every fortnight, except for the game jam. You allowed me to kind of skip a week, and we're going to do it every fortnight when we can, where we talk about your game, this print and play, currently print and play, free to play, roll and write games that you're making, and let's talk about what you're trying to do, this game you're trying to make, and how you can advance it. And everyone in chat is free to jump in with opinions, and hopefully I can be of some use. So, yeah, let's start off with the question, why are you coming on to this show? What are you trying to get out of it?
Well, good one.
Hello, Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas. Yeah, I've always wanted to make a game, and yeah, I'm very inexperienced in making games, except for, well, when I was a little child, I made some roll and moves, which are basically boring. Go to space, do what the space says. So now I want to make something more real, and since I'm inexperienced, I would love to have a mentor and maybe make a proper game. If it gets signed, it gets signed. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just want to make one proper game, and maybe more in the future. We'll see.
What do you count as a proper game?
A game that feels balanced, works, and people have fun with.
Okay, so balanced and fun, even though these are vague terms, works just means that it comes to an end and it is playable.
In my opinion, you have to have some choices. It's not all random. So you may have to make some choices during the game, and those choices will influence how you score.
Okay, so and hello, Rob. We're trying to work out why we're here and why DutchYoda's kind of even come on the show. You'll notice that mentoring in his inverted comma quotes, but we'll see how that goes. So you've got hopefully, even if I'm asking you most of the questions using the Socratic method, hopefully I can ask the questions to get you thinking about these things. And we've got a good bit of time. So you want a game that's balanced, that's got meaningful choices, and has some enjoyment. Now, some fun, you've got to define the target audience. When you say, is that target audience important to you? Like, if that is the size of the audience important to you?
No.
I mean, that's an extreme example. If it was literally just one person, would that be...
If it's only me, well, I should have fun playing the game. If I don't have fun playing the game, I should not make the game. But it would be nice if more people than just me like the game.
I mean, we could say one person outside of your family. I mean, I know this is a very humble goal, but we, for each of these, let's have like okay, this is the baseline and this is like the aim. So
if I get some at least one person to like the game, one other person, then I will be already pretty happy.
Okay, and so those are some baseline goals. And when you mentioned that you would like it to be published, how important is that to you that A, you are published, and B, this game is published?
That I am published, well, it's not the most important thing in the world. So I would love to get more into the board game scene and maybe eventually make it my job. I'm not sure yet. But this game, well, if it's a stepping stone, that's fine. Doesn't need to be the published game for that, but it's just the first of hopefully many.
And just because Timmy's asking what the game is about, and Rob is asking, is this the formerly Orléans flippant, right?
Yeah,
and
it is. And I removed the Orléans team and just made it all about the suits. And didn't rename the suits or anything, just kept it the suits. And then I thought, well, I'm drawing lines and it's about suits. And then I thought, well, lovely suit drawing has a nice ring to it, even though it spells LSD.
Okay, I did not even notice that. Whoops. If I close, okay, I need to shift that. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to arrange this. All game designs are stepping stones, says Rob. There is always something to learn and somewhere to go next if you want to. That's good advice. I'm glad that you people are here. Thanks, Rob. Does it use regular cards? Yes, it does, Timmy.
Yeah, it does.
We will get into that in a minute. And I think what to introduce today, what I'm planning to do is to play the game live on the show. And if you have access to a printer, did you upload it into my Discord?
Yeah, I did. It's in my channel.
Okay, so I made a new channel for individual people. If you want a channel, then let me know. If there's some need for you to have a channel and you want to just shout about your own stuff, then frankly, let me know and we can see about doing that. But for now, it's just Yoda. And go into there, if you've got time, print it out and you can play along with us. Otherwise, you'll get to see us playing it on screen and then discussing it and discussing what are the next steps. That's broadly how I'm planning for today to go. So let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other lights, recent highlights. Oh, I took so many good photos. I need to put them on Twitter. I totally tried to put them on Twitter just so I can. But I was having a bit of a walk today. I was listening to Tabletop Inquisition, the latest episode. Lovely shouts out to me. I'm clearly biased. I really enjoyed that. The fact that they validated my predictions. For the record, my predictions were that in 2021, firstly, I would play at least one game. Secondly, at least 2 games would be released. Thirdly, at least someone will play at least one game without me. And I'm pretty much guaranteeing that if they haven't already come true, all of these will come true.
Yeah, the bar isn't that high, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, what kind of predictions are you looking for? Are you looking for predictions that I can be like, yeah, these very confident in these happening? Because if that's, I can do that. I can do the, thank you. I feel like these are quite solid predictions. At least you want to have some reliability in this crazy world. Just sometimes you want to be like, yeah, something that you can rely on. And I have already managed to play at least more than one game. Have you played a game this year?
I've almost played a game every day.
Nice. So tell us about the last couple of games you've played.
Last game I played was yesterday, was this one, World of Tanks.
Hello, Xate. Let me make you big there. Nice.
I had to do a review about that, so I played it some more. I just posted the review yesterday. It's just basic tank battle, one-on-one or team versus team. But it's really simple rules, and I like it.
Nice.
So I played that. What more did I play? I played some My City more. I played Ticket to Ride Japan because I hadn't played that one yet. And those are the ones I remember. And I cannot access my log because my phone is my camera right now. So
that's all good. And Timmy says they've seen World of Tanks before on Steam. Is there a Steam adaptation of the board game, or is that a separate game?
It's based on the video game.
Okay, so the board game is based on the video game.
Yeah.
The okay,
cool. Game has been out for 5-6 years now, maybe more even.
Nice. So. And sorry, Nicholas mentions response message is a hilarious Stream Elements message. Would like to see more like that. W or Ed Balls. Who's Ed Balls? I don't know, but lots of love. Xate is just managing to get out of bed just specially for you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we've got to feel honored. But yeah, I would like to talk about my morning walk a wee bit more. Not only was I listening to this show, not only did I then listen to a couple of episodes of Mark Rosewater Blethering on, but I was kind of walking around, and it was a beautiful sunrise. It's beautiful light. Just looking out my window just now, there is a patch of grey, a patch of white, and then a big patch of bluish. Yeah, let's call it bluish. That's how I'm going to stick with it. And then going round, the ice was there, and just kind of pressing gently, pressing firmly, breaking it, just playing with the ice with my feet, if you know what I mean, exploring how it reacts. And we don't allow ourselves to do that very much these days, kind of being playful and just interacting with the physics, just exploring it, and juggling in a way. I was thinking about this, is kind of a method of just exploring the physical world around you. And I think there's something lovely about not dexterity games like Grabble or Jungle Speed where you're grabbing something, but surely something like Batik or Bamboleo where you're astounded by the coefficient of friction or the way that things drop in. And so I think there's some joy in learning wee bits more about the things around us. And so that was a wee highlight. Also,
already stretching time? You already need to stretch?
Well, it's every 37 minutes, and it starts at a random time during the stream, so I'm going to listen to Stream Elements. Right.
Let's stretch.
Ooh. Sand sounds nicer than ice, says Timmy. I like warmth as well, but when you are walking around somewhere, you can sort of appreciate what you've got around us.
Yeah, but sand gets everywhere and ice doesn't.
Ed Balls once tweeted his name instead of searching for it. Every year on 28th of April, the Twitterati celebrate the anniversary of this great event by tweeting his name too. Okay, so it all came from someone who tweeted their name accidentally instead of just searching for their name. Fair enough. Thank you for explaining that in joke. Hey, if you don't want to stretch, that's your prerogative. But I've got medical opinions that you've got to do it every 40 minutes. So I timed it for every 37 minutes.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't want you to be telling me off for stretching. I'm even talking. I mean, I keep talking. It's not like I say, hey, pause. We're not going to talk about anything until I finish this stretch.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone else has any recent highlights or anything, feel free to share, whether it's the games played, food eaten. We didn't play any games yesterday myself, but yeah, I hope that everyone's had at least something recently. Let's talk about brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? And hello, Alex. Lovely to see you.
Hey, Alex.
So we didn't have a brilliant thing going into it. Did we talk about mentorship as a brilliant thing 2 weeks ago? Have we already done this?
Yeah, a little bit, but in combination with parenting, just teaching in general. Yeah.
Can we? I mean, maybe it feels a bit egocentric to start saying that's a brilliant thing, and then I've got to aspire to. Maybe it's like, yeah, why can mentorship be a brilliant thing, and then I'll aspire to make it brilliant. Does that sound okay?
Sounds okay to me.
Okay, so why can mentorship be a brilliant thing? Maybe because sometimes it's just you need. I really actually like what that tabletop mentorship program is doing. They start off saying, hey, what kind of person do you need? Do you need someone who can connect you with other people? Do you need someone who can kick your arse and get you in gear and be strict on you and hold you accountable? Do you need someone who's just a cheerleader and giving you encouragement? Or do you need someone who's kind of a bit of a sounding board? And I think there's other ways, but like all these ways, like mentorship can go well. So
yeah, true. Same goes with teachers or anyway. Yeah, as a teacher, you have to switch because every child needs a different way of being taught something. You have the general thing, and you know, well, I have to push that one harder. I need to be more sensible with that one. And yeah, as a teacher, you have to balance all those talents.
Is there a difference between teaching and mentoring? What's the difference?
Well, mentor is more one-on-one, and a teacher is the whole group.
Yeah, of course. Man, well, I'm glad that you're here to teach. So in a way, I mean, it is mentoring because we're here, but it's quite a weird thing with doing this on live stream. By talking about brilliant things, Timmy's been modeling characters today. Yep, and it's coming out okay so far. Nice.
Cool.
And Rob also signed up to be a mentor and is waiting to see if they get their first ever mentee. I'm sure that you will, because mentors are very much in demand. I know you have a lot to offer, Rob. Nicholas signed up for a challenger educator. Okay. And yes, that was the words: challenger, the cheerleader, and the connector. What's the educator? Someone who knows stuff, yeah. And Xate is all about just getting in people's corners. So let's actually talk about that. What kind of mentorship do you think that you need, or is it just a balance? Can you actually know these things ahead of time?
Well, it depends. If you know yourself and you know how you approach things, then you know a little bit about what kind of mentor you need. If you know you're going to be lazy, you need to be pushed, yeah, then you need somebody that pushes you. So, but if you know, yeah, I'm going to do everything by myself, I just need a little bit of guidance, yeah. I think if you have no idea how you will be, you know nothing about yourself, then you also don't know what kind of mentor you need.
Yeah, there's definitely some skill and some self-awareness that is necessary before you can make such a statement. But do you have an idea of what you are ideally looking for?
That's a good one. I even haven't thought about that one. Just someone with experience. That's what I need. Someone with more experience about. Yeah. Oh, what do just how to look at game flow and complexity and that sort of things. When does a game feel balanced? Because it might feel balanced for me, but it doesn't for somebody else. And how to look for those things. Because currently I've mostly playtested for myself. So it will be scary to have it playtested by other people.
I mean, so be it. And I'm also laughing at the chats because Rob, in a move of almost precognition, mentions, as a newbie to mentoring, it was difficult to figure out my style. I think I could be a challenger, cheerleader, or educator, possibly the others too, depending on the context. And in a second later, Xate asks, what kind of mentor you are going to be? Oh, a psychic one. And then I'm waiting to see what question will be asked to merit this answer. Worker placements and deck building. But no, for sure, yeah, working out what you need is an ongoing process. And I guess that's the thing. We can adjust and we can shift focus as needed. I am very much working this out as I go along. And at this point, everyone feel free to chime in with why you think mentorship is brilliant, or just, the drill, just ask anything you want to in the questionably quick questions. So Timmy mentions that they've never mentored anyone before. I mean, the thing is, you only need to be one step ahead of the person that you're mentoring. So if they're just what kind of games are you bad at, Rob? So apparently worker placements and deck building. I could see that being true. So Yoda, are you happy with the title of this, the new abridged title of this show, Mentoring DutchYoda Rensema?
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it and where are you? I am 10:23 Glasgow, Scotland. Where are you?
11:23 in Lelystad, the Netherlands.
Lelystad.
Lelystad, yeah.
Lelystad. What is Lelystad all about? Is that a big city? Is that a wee village?
Well, it's the capital of my province, but it's not a big city. I think we're at 80,000 inhabitants. So it's not big for sure. It's not even the biggest city in our province. So
it's like Scotland, where Edinburgh's the capital, even though it's smaller than Glasgow.
Yeah, something like that, indeed. Yeah, it's not an old city. It's like 70 years old. It's founded on newly. Wow. It's founded on the polder, so dried up land, which was done by Cornelis Lely, which is the reason it's called Lelystad. It's just meaning Lely City. So yeah, it's based on the one who dried out the whole province, basically. And then they built cities here. My parents went here, and then I was born in Amsterdam, but lived here all my life. And it's not So, yeah, it's not a special city. Of course, we have a lot of. Well, not really a lot of. We have our own airport, so that's that. We have our own harbor. We also, well, we don't have the biggest train station, even though it was supposed to be. But then the city before us, at least if you go to Amsterdam, it's called Almere, that has 6 train stations, and about to get a 7th. So that city is really growing. And we only have 1. Yeah, it's not a very special city. We have the Batavia, which is a nice museum about the old way of making ships during the whole colonization golden age. So that's fun to go to, well, once every 10 years. Then you have forgotten everything, then you go back, and now my son is old enough to go there as well
Aw, nice.
and learn about that. Well, we were about to have different museums about every mode of transport. So we have the Batavia about ships. We have Aviodrome about planes. We were about to get a car and train museum, but that cancelled because of COVID. So that would have been fun. Then you have all about transport. You go to the youngest city in the Netherlands.
Oh, sorry.
So
No.
Rob is saying something, and then Will Cook is trying to guess the question for that answer.
Because it's all started off with these questions literally being a second apart, where Sates asked what kind of mentor are you going to be, and Rob having pasted this literally about 2 or 3 seconds beforehand.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, it does sound like a lovely wee city, and
It's lovely, but yeah, as soon as my son leaves the house, I'm leaving the city as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Where are
go
you going?
more south, more central Netherlands, Utrecht, and somewhere around there. Because currently I work in Utrecht, so that would be nice. But also it's very central located. It has the biggest train station in the Netherlands because almost every train goes through there. So yeah, it's the biggest hub.
So yeah, people are talking about The Two Ronnies, which is a British comedy show. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever watched this?
No.
What's your favorite comedy show?
My favorite comedy show. A real favorite. I loved Friends. I know so much about Friends that I am in competition with a colleague about that, about who knows the more, and she knows a little bit more. Yeah. Is there something I'm currently really watching? Not really. Currently not. I did
Have you
love
seen that show about explaining the pandemic to my past self, which was like a 4-part series, or it's on YouTube. It's quite good.
I haven't seen it.
It's like a series of 3-minute sketches, maybe 12, 15 minutes all in all. Alex asks, how important are trains to you?
To me?
Yes.
Well, I have some model trains, so I do like them. I need to, if the pandemic is over, I need to take the train to work, so it's pretty important for me. I can do that by car, but there's almost no parking space near my office. So yeah, the train is the best solution. Yeah, so yeah, trains are pretty important for me. And
Nice.
yeah, my dad is a trainaholic, and so everything I know about trains I got from my father.
Do you like the train? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I want to say every time I'm going on vacation, I hope there's a train track nearby and I can get on some of those old trains and ride them. I like that. It's just enjoying nature and while sitting in something man-made from the 1800s or early 1900s. I love that.
Nice. Just not going anywhere in particular.
Yeah, normally if it's a museum track, it's going back and forth. That's it.
Do you like
like
train games?
Train games? Well, I haven't played 18xx games yet, but those are more stock games than actually train games, of course. But I do like train games. Ticket to Ride, I got a lot of. I just got the no, not just the Irish Gauge and what's the other one called? The orange one from Capstone. I got that one, and they just announced a new one. I'm going to get that as well. So all Gauge games. I got Age of Steam Deluxe on Kickstarter. So yeah, I like train games.
Have you been to any places where you have also played a game named after that place? I haven't, but have you?
I have played Carcassonne and Carcassonne. That's about it. I was planning on playing the game Bruges in Bruges, but the person that should have brought the game forgot. So I didn't play Bruges in Bruges. And that's about it.
What's the sound? Sorry.
I saw this question yesterday as well, and I was thinking, how does green sound? So I went to the kitchen and I just did it. And that's just the color green for me.
So how would you write that?
I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to have a sound to a color, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's just. So next time, if somebody asks what's your favorite color, I'm going to say, and hopefully they'll guess.
Oh, well, I see that Saints is satisfied, so there we go. I mean,
know,
that's the important thing, I guess.
I'm not going to say that. I almost said something wrong. I'm not going to phrase it like that. I'm happy that she's satisfied with the answer.
Would you prefer a colored sound or an audible color? So, a sound that is colored or a color that you can hear?
A color that I can hear, then even in the dark, I can still hear the colors.
Yeah. But if it depends, what color would you pick? If you could choose one color to hear.
Do I want to be blind or deaf, right?
No. I mean, this is an addition. This is extrasensory perception.
Oh, extrasensory. Yeah, then I'm sticking with my answer. Just colors that make sense.
But which color would you want to hear? Like, if you could choose one exact shade to hear, because the thing is, if you were choosing the color of a brick, when you walk through the wall, you'd start hearing all this noise from all the bricks around you. That might not be okay. I mean, that might get a bit deafening. Converse, you'd like if it were.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. Would be really hard to go to sleep as well, because closing my eyes, I can still hear all the colors.
Yeah, and like this could even be weaponized. I mean, if this was a global change, then people could paint things, like drop paint bombs, and then suddenly you're just hearing it. It's like there's constant noise.
Red.
Yeah, how annoying would that be?
Oh yeah, that would be very annoying.
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the colored sound because it can't be weaponized as much.
Yeah, and just plug your ears if you don't want to hear color.
Plugging your ears isn't the easiest thing. It's easier to turn away or to...
Yeah, that's true.
Would green still be your favorite color if you kept hearing
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
But yeah, if anyone else has anything, then I think you still have to let the sensory information in. If you shut your eyes, you don't hear the color. So it's not actually giving you any extra. In that case, that gets rid of the utility, because that means you can't see in the dark so clearly anymore.
Then I only hear black.
Yeah. I guess in that case, it would really depend what kind of noise it's making. And if it's constantly making one noise, that would just be like a dull.
Well, it's constantly the same. I can easily ignore it.
It's sure, I know that mentally people zone out the ticking of a clock, but I can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Because I live pretty close to train tracks, and I only hear them in the morning when I wake up, and the rest of the day I don't hear them anymore.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's enough questionably quick questions for today. We will have you back in 4 weeks, because 2 weeks' time I'll be wrapping up the game jam, and we decided it's not going to be fair to either thing if we try to do both. But if you want to come on and play some games with me, then you're very welcome. But let's get to this things that we're meant to be doing. So please feel free to comment, ask questions, follow, all that stuff, and give any advice, any respectful advice to DutchYoda that you feel is appropriate. And yeah, so let's start off looking at this game, I guess. That feels like an appropriate place to start. So I'm just going to read it out loud. Scorers, so the name is Lovely
LSD.
Suit. I'm going to call it Lovely Suit Drawing.
Okay.
Game designed by Dick DutchYoda Rensema. Goal: score as many points as possible by filling circles and moving along the twins tracks. So you've got the circles here. Can you see the bit that I highlighted? Yep, you can.
Yeah.
And the twins track, which is this area here.
Yeah.
Get a deck of cards, and from this deck get 2 hearts, 4 spades, 4 diamonds, 9 clubs, and 2 jokers. You've already done that, right?
I've already done that.
Great. Okay. Gameplay consists of 3 rounds, so that's 21 cards. Before each round, shuffle your deck and place it face down on the table. Okay, so you're shuffling the deck. Does that mean that before each round you shuffle the discards in? I'm not going to critique your rules. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Each turn, draw 2 cards. While only focusing on the suits, pick one and ignore the other. Circle the chosen suits off in your suit collection. So I guess you would just kind of, I'll just delete it like so. For a while,
just circle it that you got it, and then you cross it off when you use it. So.
Oh, so because I can't circle things, I will delete half of it to show I've got it.
Yeah.
And maybe delete the whole thing when I've used it.
Makes sense.
For a wild, you can choose any suit you want. If you have a line containing an empty square, connected to a filled circle, you may draw the other suit in that empty square. So in one of these empty squares.
Yeah. But you have to have a filled circle first.
A line. Okay. Do you mean just a line connecting an empty square to a filled circle?
Yeah, this is just the line is between 2 circles, and there's an empty square on that line. And if it's empty and then one of the circles is filled in, then you can add the other.
So both of the circles have to be filled?
No, just one of them.
Okay, so it says literally just if you have a line connecting an empty square to a filled circle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It should from a filled circle, maybe.
Connecting an empty. So then
should be from a filled circle.
You may draw the other suit in that empty square. Circle. both cards are discarded for this round. So how do you fill the circles? Okay.
Yeah, that comes later.
From this point during a round, you may use the collected suits to get new suits, advance on a twins track, draw lines, or fill circles. You may use the collected suits, so that's these, to get new suits. Okay, I guess that's coming up.
Yeah.
Advance on a twins track. Okay. I guess that's going to be explained later. Draw lines or fill circles. Okay, so there's drawing lines. To do so, cross off the required suits and do the associated action. It is allowed to wait until the round is over, but you might miss some bonuses during the round. To advance on a twins track, cross off 2 of the same type of suits and fill in the leftmost square on the corresponding track. You can collect the bonus from that field if it is a check mark. Note that at the end of the track. So, okay, the hearts give you the 3 other things. Clubs give you, everything else twice. And I guess that's a longer track.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 9. Okay, fair enough. Oh no, wait, it's 12. Is that 12?
6, 9, 9, 12.
Okay. So 6, 9, 9, 12. Okay, so there's a different proportion. So that's 3 times the hearts, just over twice the spades and diamonds, and 1 and a third. So I guess we need to use most of the wilds. I'm expecting to use most of the wilds for the hearts. Okay. So yeah, to draw this check mark, I guess I'll draw a check mark just by making small deleted bits like that. Because all I can do on this image manipulation program is just delete bits or copy bits. To get to diamond or spade, cross off 3 clubs. To get to diamond or spade, cross off 3 clubs.
That's the actions. Then you see if you have 3 clubs, you can cross them off to get a diamond or a spade.
That's in the circle.
No, it's in the actions described below the twins tracks.
It's in the actions described below the
twins track on the left side.
No, nice. I see this bit.
Yeah.
But then what does the diamonds or clubs give you? Is that to fill in the diamonds or clubs?
You just circle up a diamond or a club, a diamond or a spade.
Okay, so it's just if you've got too many clubs, then your clubs turn into other things, basically. This is what you're doing.
Yeah. You can also cross off in the twins, but if you're getting a diamond and you want a spade, then you can cross off multiple clubs to get the spade as well. So it gives you more diversity.
So that's a 3-to-1 ratio, okay.
Yeah.
And if you've got 2 of them plus 1 of these, then you get that. 2 of them plus a heart gives you,
a line.
To get to hearts, cross 2 clubs and either a spade or a diamond. To draw a line, you must have at least 1 filled circle with 3 lines going from it. Cross off 2 clubs and a heart to draw a line from that circle to another circle. If there was a suit, I'm going to draw the little circle grid on a bit of paper, I guess. To fill a circle with the exception of the first one. What's a free line? How do you define a free line?
A free line is a line that you didn't draw yet. So you see the line, but you haven't drawn through it yet, on it yet.
Okay, so a line that you haven't drawn on the square.
Yeah. So I maybe should call it a failable line or something.
I mean, these at this point, I'm not here to critique the rules. I'm just kind of we're not doing a blind playtest. There's no point in that. It's just reading through it and trying to understand the game. And but does that mean that you can draw literally from any circle to literally any other circle?
No, you need to draw from a filled circle.
But yeah, from one filled circle, to another circle.
To another circle that doesn't have to be filled. It can be filled, but
So the other circle, the location doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, so you can draw like a big circle around the entire board, for a big line around the entire board. It doesn't have to be a straight line.
Yeah.
Okay, great. To draw a line, cross off, draw a line from that circle. If there was a suit in the square on that line, no, I'm really confused here. So this, on which line? If there was a suit on the square on the presumably not the line you've just drawn, presumably
it's the line you draw. So if you go past through the square and you have put a suit in that square, you gain that suit.
Wait, so are you saying that you are only allowed to draw on the lines that are already shown on the grid? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. See, the way I was expecting it, I was thinking that you could, for example, draw from here and then draw a big curved line to go down to here. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it.
I was thinking that we were literally drawing new lines. I was completely misunderstanding that. Okay. I don't know if this is easy to do on the graphics thing that you've got, but maybe having dotted lines, so it suggests that you...
Yeah, I'll think about it. Make them dotted.
But anyway, this really doesn't matter for the stage that we're...
For a 2.1 version.
Okay, so we start off with no lines, and we've only actually got the circles and the squares, I guess.
Yeah.
So when there's only one card left, the round ends. Okay, so we see 20 of the 21 cards. Okay, so we're going to have 30 turns in this game. End of round scoring. When you are done performing actions, either because you used the timer or you don't want to perform anymore, count the number of check marks discovered, also counting those from previous rounds, and fill circles, also counting those from previous rounds, and multiply them. Okay, that's very interesting. That's a fun little thing. So you've got to balance them. Okay. End of game scoring. Count the total of the 3 rounds. The player with the highest score wins. In case of a tie, the player with the most filled circles wins. If there's still a tie, the player with the most unused suits wins. If there's still a tie, the player share. Okay. So this is definitely aimed at 2 or more players. Yeah.
Well, you can try to beat your own score. Just keep track of what suits you drew each round, and then try to beat your own score with the same drawings. That should be also possible. But yeah, it's fun to have played it against more people.
So let me check the comments. I see I've got a few comments to catch up with, and then I'll try and go through it.
So we missed a lot.
Where was I? Bez, read my comment about the preview program. If you hit the button next to the search field, it will drop down more options. Then you can draw on the file of type of it. What search field? I don't know what search field you mean. Oh wait, there's
options.
Okay. Oh, cool. Can I redeem Talk Like Yoda now?
No, because we're not on my stream.
Okay. You can do more than you think in it. I feel ignored. Are you actually asking me to do this, Alex? Fine. Read Xate comment. And Yoda, you're going to have to fill in time for a minute. What's your favorite tea? What tea are you drinking?
Currently, I'm drinking some herbal tea that should be ideal for my weight. And
Okay.
it doesn't say if I'm going to lose weight or just keep the same weight or gain weight. It is just ideal for my weight. So I have no idea. And it's built with sporkenhout and senneblad, which I don't know what they are in English. And I'm going to check real fast while chatting with everybody what about the tea. I like it. I do add one little bit of sugar just to add a little bit of taste. It's called sporkenwood, and the other one ingredient is senneblad, and that's senneblad. No, senneblad. I mistyped senneblad, and that's senna leaf. I don't know what the senna is, but okay. And it warns me that I shouldn't take this if I have high blood pressure or am pregnant, apparently. And this carefully selected herbal tea has natural effects on the body, and it helps my bowel movement. Okay, well, that does work.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, you needed me to fill in the time, so I did.
And hello, Runa. It's lovely to see you, and I hope that you are having a good morning. You could always start a stream. Who was going to teach you? Like, I've offered to do a show about StreamYard if people want, because it is free to use, even though you need to have the StreamYard logo if you don't pay. But yeah,
true.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore the comments that I have had technology to offer someone. Thank you. Using those isn't from left to right. You need to first select a color. So this is a color. No, maybe that's. You need to first select a color. Okay. What color? Okay, there's already. So let's make it hot pink. Okay. And then select the outline of a square to turn it into that color. Oh,
you select all. What did you do?
That seems. I'm not really. No, I'm not getting this. Otherwise, the other tools draw and clear. Then one more towards left. One more towards left. This one. Which one? Oh, that one. Okay. No, that's not it. Wait, I think that's the vectors. Okay, that's good enough. Much further towards the left is the main option you will then need. I'm clicking I clicked the selecting tool accidentally. Click the icon of the outline of a square menu item. Which is the outline of a square menu item? Is that what you're talking about?
I think the one next to the text.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what.
Oh, that works.
Anyway,
you can
this is fine.
Let's do it like that.
I'm going to have a quick getting up out of the seat, and so so as I understand it, every turn, there's going to be 10 turns in a round. We will see each round. We'll see 20 cards in groups of 2. From each group of 2, we select one. We cross off. We circle. That seems quite. Man, you can see how Bez draws using a trackpad. you circle them to show that you have them, and then you cross them off to show that you've used them. You use them literally any time. To go along the twins track, that is the check marks that you then use for the final scoring. To get a diamond or a spade, that's to get bonus diamonds on this area.
Yeah, that could be either on the twins track or just using the actions.
To get to heart, that's again having bonus things for this area. That's using the actions as denoted. And then 2 clubs plus a heart gives you a line. And when you say draw a line, you're actually meaning follow one of the lines that's already drawn on the screen.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Yeah, that was my big misunderstanding. Hey, wait a minute. Why does it say text?
Because you type text.
I didn't think I typed text. I didn't. I don't know when that happened, but I didn't realize. So, draw a line. You can have at least 1 filled square with 3 lines going from it. Cross off 2 hearts to draw a line from that circle. Okay, so when do you draw a square? How do you draw a square?
You don't draw a square. You just put in the other suit that you didn't pick. You can put it in a square. Match that squares on a line that's connected to a filled circle.
So when you draw a line, you draw it from circle to circle like that, right?
Yeah. And if you go through the square, then you gain that suit that you put into it. So,
but to fill in the square, if you have a line containing an empty square containing a filled circle, because if you have a line, so you've already had to draw the line.
Yeah, it should be on a line.
So if you have a line, does this mean the kind of lines that already exist? This bit, is this talking about the lines that already exist?
Yeah, it's already existing line, but you haven't drawn on it yet.
Okay.
So I have to rephrase that as well.
And when you say the other suits, do you mean another suit?
Well, you draw 2 cards, and 1 suit you're going to pick,
yes.
and the other suit you're going to put there. And I had 1 instance, and I didn't rephrase that, but I had 1 instance that I drew both the jokers. So yeah, 1 joker is going to go into the other one. So now I had to think if I'm going to put a joker in the square or just have to determine the suit that you want into the square before you do that.
Okay, so how do you fill the first circle?
The first circle, you have to have a club, a diamond, and a spade. If you have all 3 of those, you can fill in a circle.
So you need to draw a line to that circle okay, so to fill, because it says to fill a circle with the exception of the first one, and then I was like, okay, none of this applies to, but to draw any circle, you need to cross off a club, a spade, and a diamond.
You need to have drawn a line. And you have to do a lot of rephrasing of the sentence.
No, it's all good.
Just basically the old
every circle you cross off a club, diamond, and spade, and then you get to do any suits that you want.
You can choose which circle you want to start with. So there isn't 1 start circle you get. I would choose one that has 3 lines connected to it, because that gives you options to place suits there. So not one of the solo ones or the one in the middle on the left and the right, because those only have 2. But the other ones have 3, so that gives you options to branch. But if you want to play a hard game, sure, start at the harder one. Hard point.
Okay, still don't have a good idea what I'm doing, but let's give it a go, and you can keep an eye on me. And wait, choose a corner. What?
Yeah, you can choose the corner or the 2 in the middle. Those also have connections to 3 other circles by lines. Well, possible connections, because you need to draw them first, of course.
Okay, so let's start off and see what we get.
I got nice gold cards. Super Mario cards. So ready for the first run?
It's really hard to see on Bez's screen. It's tiny, says Xate. I mean, it's filling up most of the screen. I don't know how I'm going to... Unless you want me to...
Will Cook, it is in the Discord if you want to get one copy of it. It's on my private channel in Bez's Discord.
Maybe for the stream sessions, a version with the rules separately and the board game bigger, suggests
Yeah,
Xate.
yeah, I'm thinking about it. This was it's probably the last time I will try to fill it all in one sheet. Next time I'm going to make a PDF and then put them on 2 different pages. So you can double-sided print it and then you have still 1 sheet of paper. But let's go for next time, which will be in 4
we
weeks.
Can always, this is good information. So yeah, we can improve all this for future times. So let's start off. If people want to print it off, then feel free to, or if you want to draw it, then whatever, or you can just follow along in the chat. That is also cool. So DutchYoda, what do we start with?
We start with, let's see, clubs and clubs. So very boring right now.
So my only option is to circle one of these clubs.
Yeah. And we cannot put it in a square yet because we don't have a filled circle yet. So we have no connection to a filled circle.
And we can't fill a circle because we don't have a club, diamond, and spade yet.
Yeah. So the next one, we have a spade and a club.
Spade and a club.
So I'm going for the spade because I want a filled circle as soon as possible.
I mean, since spades are rarer, it seems pertinent to go with that.
Yeah, that's true. But also 2 clubs will give you a spade when you go on the twin track.
The pink isn't visible, says Xate.
What's wrong with pink? Well, green. No, I don't know.
The thing is, if I choose black, then it won't. Wait, it's this one.
Maybe blue?
Okay. So here, around here, and here. There we go. Is that any better? Okay, so let's carry on. Turn 3.
Turn 3. A diamond, but also a heart. Tough choices. Am I going for the diamond? Because I cannot put the diamond, fill the circle, and then use the heart to put it in the square. I have to put it in the square before I do my actions. So am I skipping this diamond? I'm going for the heart. I'm going to hope that the next one will give me a diamond as well.
There you go. I thickened it up. So with a club, diamond, and spade, I can fill a circle.
Yeah, you can fill a circle. Just cross them off and fill one of the circles that you prefer. I wouldn't go for that one with only 1 line from it. Just pick one.
And if I fill a circle, what do I fill it with?
Just any color that you want. Just make sure that it's clear that that's a filled circle. Maybe just put a cross into it. I don't care.
Oh wait. So I'm not filling it with a suit?
No, it's just filling it. That's why I put a black circle next to it. So see, it's just filled.
Okay. So like that's okay.
Yeah. And then you cross the other ones off.
Okay, and there we go. Okay.
Okay. Next up, clubs and spades.
Clubs and spades.
I'm going for a spade. Then I'm going to use 2 spades on my twin track. And then I get a club. Then I use both my clubs to get a new spade. Because I go on the twin track.
So, how do I fill boxes again? I'm sorry, trying to work out how I fill in squares.
Just the other suit. So you chose spades. Now there are 3 lines from that filled circle. And in one of those squares, you put in the clubs. I just draw in a C or an S. Because drawing a whole entire club is too much for me.
I mean, that's a bit big, but there we go.
Yeah, it's clear enough. So next up, we have a joker and clubs. So for the joker, I'm going to pick my hearts. I'm going to pick hearts. Yeah, I'm going to pick hearts. Then I have 2 hearts. Which means I can get a club.
So I picked hearts, and that means I can put the club into the other box like I did?
Yep.
Okay.
So I have clubs and diamonds.
Clubs and diamonds, okay.
So now I have enough to build my city as, well, it's called, used to be a city, but now it's a circle.
Clubs. I don't know if I'm messing up by having just clubs in all of these things.
Well, you're basically going to need clubs because clubs are versatile. They are needed in almost everything, every action. They are needed in every action. So to get more clubs is always nice because normally you will dispose of clubs, but you're going to need them at some point. So next up is a joker and a club. So I'm going to use my joker to create a heart and put a club in a circle, in a square.
Yeah, I see that the clubs are really the workers, and it's all about, why you want lots of these.
Yeah, that's why they are the most in the prepared deck. It's not wise to ignore them.
So it feels weird, but I'm just going to go with a club, I guess.
Okay. Then I have a diamond and a diamond, so not many options there. So
yeah, so I'm thinking about drawing the line. I need the 2 clubs and hearts, which I've almost got. And then, okay, so the line allows me to then fill out the circle, okay.
Yep. So next up is spades and spades.
Okay, so not much that I can do with that. I guess I could, if I wanted, cross off the double spades to get the check mark, and for sure I need that. I'm actually realizing that, okay, I've got to really ponder how to... Okay, so it's all about expanding the territory here and going along one of these here. Maybe the hearts are the most efficient ways to...
Yeah, the hearts are scored, but you need them to draw lines as well. And
I mean, for sure, the first 2 actions seem to me like I'm trying to avoid them because then I'm giving up, it feels less efficient.
Yeah,
and seeing them, it's what's also pushing me towards I'm going to maybe go away from clubs, but we'll see what happens.
Currently, I'm not scoring at all because I'm
not scoring at all. I've 0 times 1.
Yeah, I'm at the same spot. So the next one is clubs and hearts, and now I'm going to be 1 times 1. So I use both my hearts to get to the check mark at the hearts, because I already did one space. So I am 1 times 1 is 1 point. Not that high scoring. But
Oh wow! So on the square you gain that suit. So that's kind of like storing it for later. So the squares
Yeah.
are kind of like little storehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It
Nice.
was one of the remarks at the first playtest. That's like, yeah, we don't do anything with the other suits. And I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna give it to you. You gotta work for it.
No, I get. Okay, now I'm starting to understand it. Yeah. Okay.
So that was the end of the round.
Okay, so I am 0 times 1 equals 0.
Let's see. I'm 1 times 1. So.
Can you show us your sheet?
Is it a little bit clear?
Okay, so you filled out very similar to me.
Yeah,
okay.
But I didn't go for the city first. I went on the twins track first, and then I went for the city.
Okay, got it.
And you skipped the joker to turn it into a heart. That would have given you possibilities, of course. It's almost certain that you want a joker to be a heart, but sometimes you don't, because you need something else, and it's not coming up near the end of the game. So it's not 100% guarantee, but yeah. But I wanted something to give you more choice, so I put the jokers in. So round 2.
Okay, so I need another club. So okay.
Well, I've got clubs, but I also got hearts. So
okay, so yeah, hearts. It's so rare. So what I'm going to do is I should have actually probably done this last time. So you can do these actions at any point, I guess?
Yeah, at any point.
I will take my heart just for that round. I guess yeah, okay, so those ones are gone. I guess and I gain another club because of that.
Yeah.
And that's circled. And now, because of the 2 clubs and a heart, I get to draw a line. And okay, so I've connected those 2 circles. And now, yeah, that is all scribbled out. That and that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did gain that club, right?
Oh no, I forgot to.
Yeah, don't forget. You're gonna need it.
Okay, thanks. I'll delete that.
Next up are clubs and diamonds.
Clubs and diamonds.
So I'm going to use my diamond, because then I have 2 diamonds for my twin track, which give me a club. Anyway.
Well, maybe I will first cross off one of each. Whoops. So this is crossed off. Cross off one of the diamonds and one of the spades.
To make the other city, yeah.
Oh, is that meant to be a city? Okay.
Yeah, it used to be a city in the Orleans version.
So now I'm going to get one of the things. So what are the options? Clubs and diamonds.
You cannot, because you took actions first. You cannot just use the other suit now to put it in the square.
Really, that seems counterintuitive, because those actions I could have done last turn.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
My board state is such that now I'm doing the things. I feel intuitively like if you want to say you can't have it, then I'm not going to quibble about it, but
Well,
it feels
it was one thing
randomly
to
punitive because I didn't declare that I was going to do it at the end of last turn.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, I put it in there for as a reminder that just go do stuff during the round and not wait at the end of the round when you have everything filled in. But you can put it in. I'll allow it. Let's see how it
Okay.
goes, because it's a new playtesting method for me. So you can
So,
put it was clubs and diamonds. I don't know which you chose.
no, I haven't chosen anything yet.
Oh, then you definitely can still do it. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that I've not...
Yeah.
Functionally, it's just that I didn't declare that I was doing it at the end of last turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. If you thought that I used one of them to fill it up, and then I'm using the other, I can get what you mean. But clubs and diamonds, I'm going to... so it's basically I get both of them. It's just which ones I want now and which ones I want later, potentially. And also, I guess you may do it, so it's
You
all
don't
about...
have to if it's something that you don't want to put in there.
It's all about filling in the circles. So I'm going to do the club and do the diamonds. And then I guess at the end of the round, I will take the diamonds. So that's by crossing off one of each and filling in that circle. Is that correct?
Sounds correct.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not.
No, you have
I
to
needed to draw the
line.
line.
You needed to draw the line first, yeah.
I totally forgot the line. So
it's basically the idea was that you build a city, then you build a road, then you can build a new city.
Yeah, I've got to have the okay. So explore to get the thing first. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have clubs and the wild. Oh, I'm in a tough spot right now.
So there's only 2 hearts in the deck, so I'm going to take the heart as my wild.
Yeah, I'm going to take
and
it.
And you need the hearts to draw the roads. Heart seems super important because it's all about the... And you said clubs and wild. I think clubs are good enough. I'm starting to feel like clubs and hearts are what I want to concentrate on.
Yeah, and then you can focus on the other 2 to go along the track. Well, you need the other 2 at least to build a circle, to fill a circle.
Sure, but I've got one of each.
Yeah. I got 2 hearts, but I could go on my twin track, but I want to draw a line first. So now I have spades and clubs.
Okay, spades and clubs.
I'm going for clubs this round because I need that line. And I need that second club. And cross off a heart.
I'm going to fill in a... So I am going to go with clubs, which gives me 2 clubs. And I've got the heart, which allows me to draw a line through here. And by drawing a line through there, that means that I get the clubs. And by getting that club, now I have a club, diamond, and spade. And I can do that and cross that off and that's off and that's off to get myself another city. So
don't forget to get check marks on the twin track, otherwise you score 0 points.
Yep. How many cards do we have left for this round?
We only draw 4 times, so 6 more times.
Okay, cool. Plenty of time.
Yeah, I need a city now. A circle. It's a circle. I got diamonds and diamonds. So take your pick. I'm going for diamonds. I don't have a circle ready, so I cannot store it anywhere right now.
So do I want to store diamonds? Because it feels like at this point, maybe I want to store things that I need a little bit more of. I think I'm going to leave. I'm not going to put down the diamonds. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So next round.
Yep.
Okay, spades and clubs.
Okay.
Definitely going for a spade right now because I need to my city. No, not my city. Circle. It's a circle. It starts with a C, but it's a circle now. City was the old Orient team.
Spades and clubs. Okay, so I've gotten my spades now and my clubs for later, hopefully.
Okay. Next up, spades and diamonds. That's not what I wanted.
Neither is it what I wanted.
But I'm going for the spades because the spade will reach my third field on the twin track, which still scores me one more point. Then no city, but then I'll score points with the twin track.
Yeah, I really need to. How many? So, is there a memory element, or are we allowed to know what we've already gotten?
I haven't thought of that, to be honest.
So, what would you prefer in this game? Would you prefer to say you're not allowed to look at the discards?
I think you are allowed to look at the discards. Just
okay, how many hearts and jokers have we had so far?
Let's see.
Also, if you start allowing people to look at the discards, it can always slow the game down.
That's true, but there are only 2 stacks of maximum 9 cards, so it's not that hard. So we have 1 joker and 1 heart. So that means there's still 1 heart and 1 joker in the deck.
And we just had spades and diamonds.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, spades and diamonds are almost exactly. Yeah, basically they are exactly interchangeable as far as I can see, because every function of one is the other, so it makes literally no difference, I guess. You know what? I'm going to try and do that. Am I going to store it? No, I'm not. I'm going to store something that I need more later on.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we have a joker and clubs.
Okay. So this is, what I was. So I can store the heart. Oh, sorry, I'm actually going to undo that. I'm going to take, oh, wow. Because I really want a double heart just to score 3 points this turn. Yeah, maybe I'll take the heart and store club somewhere if I ever get it.
There's just 1 more spade in the deck, but it could be the last card, of course, because the last card is the one that won't appear.
There should be another heart or joker, hopefully.
There should be one heart, but it doesn't have to appear in the game.
I understand that. It's 2/3 chance.
Yeah.
It's 67% probability at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Next up, we have spades and we have clubs.
Okay. Spades and clubs. Okay, I guess I'm going with the clubs because I need that utility.
I'm going for spades because there should be enough clubs at least in the last round, so I can build that second city. Second circle. Learn it. It's a circle. So the last round is clubs and clubs. That means that the last card was a heart and it's not showing up. So I have.
Oh wait, clubs and clubs.
Clubs and clubs.
Oh yeah, clubs and clubs. That was correct.
I have a circle. That's nice. So I have a new circle over here.
Can I? Don't. No, I don't have anything saved that I can do anything useful with. There's no way for me to score points this round. Yeah, there's no point. Yeah. I guess I've got 0 times 3.
I got 2 times 2.
Nice. Man.
Because I got 1 more on the spades twins, and I just finished my last circle.
So what's are you on?
2 times 2, 4 points. So total of 5.
The first time you got 0.
The first time I got 1.
Okay, so you've got 5 points.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm being perfectly balanced, like Thanos.
Yeah. Okay, I'm unaware of Thanos being perfectly balanced, but let's carry on.
That's what he says. Everything needs to be perfectly balanced.
Okay, I am unaware of this. I mean, I'm not disputing what you say. I'm just unaware of this. So you can be my guide to the Thanos fandom or whatever.
The Marvel universe.
Sure.
Okay.
I need a heart.
He's dead now. So everybody needs a heart.
Thanos is completely dead. Okay. I was unaware of that. I mean, a way to spoiler everything.
Well, the movie has been out for over a year now. So if you're not interested...
A year is not that much. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Darth Vader is Luke's father. So, okay, we did that as well. So, easy one to start off. A joker and a club. I'm going to store the club. And for the joker, I'm going to...
I think I need to go all in on hearts this time.
I'm going to take a heart and put 2 hearts in the twin track, which give me a diamond.
Yeah, and to Timpy, who's drawing some airship, I hope it's going well.
Airship. I'm really interested. I love airships.
Cool.
So, clubs and clubs.
Clubs and clubs. There we go. Another clubby time.
Let's go clubbing.
What can I do with these clubs? I guess I can... Oh, drawing a line, that heart. Yeah, that's the problem with me going heart for going up the track. Okay. Okay, let's... I'm not doing anything else right now.
Okay, next up, diamonds and diamonds.
Yeah.
I cannot store the other diamond, but I'm going to use my 2 diamonds.
Okay, I'm just noticing how, yeah, you need to work pretty high up the tracks to get those hearts. I'm starting to appreciate the design work that's gone into this.
Why, thank you.
Okay. These spoilers are just too much. Next, you're going to tell us what happens to Romeo and Juliet at the end, says Rob.
I haven't seen it, but I know.
Timmy hasn't watched too many Marvel movies. Maybe saw an Aluminium Man movie with Bob Jr. Downey. Aluminium Man? Do you mean Iron Man? I don't know.
Yeah, Aluminium Man.
I have no idea, Alex. I'm fairly sure that Yoda's going to win.
Yeah, but I designed the game, so I should be somewhere near the top, right?
Okay, what's next? Come on, give me a heart.
Next up, spades and spades.
Okay, so I've got 3 spades, so I guess I might as well start knocking them off. Or maybe I want to start turning my clubs into hearts. That's another option. Yeah, I can see the utility in that.
I'm using my 2 spades to go on the twin track, which gives me another club, which means I have 2 clubs and I already had a heart now. So I'm going to draw a line. The question is, which line am I going to draw? This one, because I want another circle. So I get a new club.
Double club and...
I see that I can drop the top 10 of the clubs. Top 10 row of 10 clubs.
Let's go with diamond. Let's go with a heart. And then double hearts to get a check mark. Oh, and then do I use something to fill in a circle? Do I fill in a circle and get one of them back? What would I want back? Would I I mean, at least I've got one check mark. So let's go that diamond that and that to fill in a circle to prepare me. And when I fill in a circle, I'm going to take clubs. Oh, wait a minute. I can't fill in a circle. Why didn't you tell me off? I need to fill in a line
I can't, you're not sharing your screen right now, so I cannot see what you're
doing.
Am
I not? Oh, shoot.
No.
Sorry about that. I need to undo...
You definitely need to go to get some check marks right now, because you already have 3 cities, so every check mark you get will be 3 points.
Yeah, so that is where I am, and I'm not going to use any of my clubs. So clubby, something else is a heart. And I am so tempted to just go... Yeah, I'll do it at the end of the round, I think.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, spades and hearts. Tough call. Tough call. Because I'm going to go for hearts. But I'm really sad that I'm leaving a spade.
Talking about the Iron Man, I've seen the Tin Man. I've seen the Bin Man on Tuesday. Oh.
My Bin Man comes on Monday.
Okay. Next. What happens next?
Next, clubs and clubs.
Okay, we need to have a club down.
So I got 2 clubs ready. I could draw a new line to get it. Oh, I'm stuck. I need a diamond and a spade, definitely, to get a new circle. I could draw a line to get a circle, but then I'm missing my own clubs. Tough call. Okay, next up, clubs and clubs. So now I have 4 clubs. Ooh.
Same. I think it makes sense for me at this point to...
I'm going to move them on the twins track.
Does it make sense for me to make a 4th thing? I think it just makes sense for me to spam all the hearts I possibly can. The only advantage of me drawing a circle is to maybe be able to draw a line to get a future heart, but really I should have left one out to get to potential future hearts. I think that drawing all these clubs was a mistake, because I've stored all these things that are exactly the same. I've not given myself any variety.
Yeah. You chose poorly. Spades and clubs.
Okay.
So I'm going for the clubs because then I can
So-
fill in a circle and have my
Oh.
third city. Which means
Okay.
I cannot
Diff-
score. I need a heart to score an extra point on the twins track. And I'm not sure.
Spades or clubs. I'm going to go with clubs. Okay.
Next up, hearts and diamonds. So I'm definitely going for hearts. That are my 2 hearts that I'm going to spend on the track.
Oh yeah,
So
by the way, I wanted to check in with everyone. I was going to make a user thing for everyone who wanted to be accountability buddies, but how is everyone doing with that? For Alex and Xate and
we
everyone
forgot to
who...
stretch. We
Oh,
needed to
I
stretch.
did stand up really briefly.
I didn't notice. It was 3 minutes ago. I was too focused on my own game.
I'm also shaking my legs right now.
Don't forget to wriggle like this. Wriggle, wriggle, like Cthulhu.
So it's again. It was like a little...
Oh no! Then,
tonight, I don't...
then my belly is gonna dance. I'm not doing that.
Ah. But no, I hope you're all... As long as you're doing the parts, that's all good.
Yeah.
And I trust Xate. I hope you're getting out is going well. But what's next? Come on, tell us what's next.
This is the last one, actually.
Is it? Okay.
Joker and diamonds.
Okay, so Joker and diamonds. So I'm using the Joker as a heart. I'm crossing off my 2 hearts to get my second check mark.
It doesn't matter for me. I can just do one thing.
Can I get 4 more hearts? Because if I can get 4 more hearts, 1, 2... No, I can only get 2 more hearts because I can get 2 hearts with that. So I can't get 4 more hearts, so I can't get another check mark. So in the absence of that, maybe I can get another line. Can I do that? Can I cross off a couple of these with, let's say, a diamond to get another heart, and then use that heart and 2 clubs to make a thing, and it doesn't matter whether I get... Yeah, so I'll draw a line, and then I use all 3. That gives me another club, but it's going to be wasted at the end. Club, diamond, and spade to fill in that circle. And don't let me... So I am now scoring 4 times 2 is, or 2 times 4 is 8.
Well, I scored 3 times 3, so I scored 9 in the last round.
So you scored more than me in literally every round, and I guess you're like doubling my score now.
I'm at 14.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, wait, people can't see the bottom of the screen. What if I click this? Can you see it now?
Well, yeah, I can see it.
I am 8 points. Okay, wow, that was quite the thing.
14.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to think about, and we'll talk about that accountability later on. Maybe I should put a regular section in the show to remind me to talk about it. But wow, I'm still like, yeah, there's a good amount going on, and because of my unfamiliarity with it as a playtester, like I'm not ready to make any actionable comments, but as a first impressions, I feel a compulsion and a desire to want to play it again, which is a good sign. Trying to balance your checks and the cities circles is definitely interesting. That's interesting. Multiplying two factors together always makes for interesting scoring in any sorts of game. I think that it was really hard to wrap my head around how it would go, and it was hard to wrap my head around the possibilities. I'm not gonna lie. I think that I definitely felt overwhelmed when I first got to it. I don't know if that was because of the way it was taught or because of the amount of possibilities. I don't know. Certainly, like now I'm thinking, okay, I clearly needed to prioritize the check marks a bit more straight off the bat. I was thinking of these cities like they would be a bit more engine buildy, if you know what I mean. I was imagining that just to show, I was thinking that once I had these cities that I would be able to wait a minute, I need to bring that. Wait, where's the little thing? Is that the little thing? No, that's not the little thing. There, where's the little? That's the little thing. Is that? How do I? Sorry. Why can't I click the pen? Not understanding this. Okay, now it. Okay, sorry about this. You can see how bad I am with technical stuff. So, yeah, I was thinking that this stuff, that's meant to be an arrow, would allow me to. Yeah, I didn't actually appreciate that the difficulty of drawing lines and drawing cities doesn't decrease. It's a constant set. And so, yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to analyze the strategy. And, you know, it's a good sign. I'm trying to wrap my head around it all. It's like, okay, each turn, what do you do? I would honestly say that in terms of, I would say, like, in terms of the three things that you mentioned right at the start, because you mentioned that you want there to be meaningful choices, I think that there clearly are, because the person who's played the game the most, who's got the best understanding of it, is continuing to win. I don't know if anyone was playing along in chat. If you were, then let us know for sure what your score was. But it seems to me that there are meaningful choices. It seems to me, well, whether it's balanced or not, again, that is a definition, but it certainly seems like, you know, there's multiple paths. It's non-obvious which is the better path. And I guess balance and meaningful choices, maybe it's worth kind of talking about what you mean by those things. But for sure, I felt like the choices were meaningful. I felt like, okay, I can see, yeah, hearts, which are a better thing. You've got them further along the tracks here. That makes a lot of sense. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is the only solution. And with any game, there's going to come a point where you realize, okay, this is the better solution to go down. But that doesn't make the game unbalanced. That just makes the game solvable. And frankly, if you're going to go by that, then you say, okay, Go is unbalanced. And every single game is unbalanced in the history of gaming because every game is solvable from a mathematical point of view. But, I mean, yeah, balance is a really tricky word. But, yeah, was it fun? Like, would I want to play it again? And, yeah, actually, I would. I am looking at this and thinking, you know, I would like to have a bit more trying and it's interesting, this whole game is about balancing these two things. How long did that take us? I'm actually going to go to YouTube and check when we started playing, because I genuinely don't know when we started playing.
Guessing about an hour?
I'm just...
A little less.
Okay, I started reading the rules 1 hour 6 minutes ago, and then and then we've went through chat. So it was about 50 minutes for the actual game. So it was 16 minutes learning, 50 minutes playing for the first game.
Okay.
And bear in mind, this was because I was having trouble with that. I was keeping up with the chat. I would say that this is very much a 45-minute game. There's definitely some interesting decisions, like should clubs and diamonds be exactly the same, because they are exact mirrors of each other, which maybe that's correct, maybe it's not. I honestly don't know, because
I have to figure out if I want to change that up a little bit.
Because I also do wonder, like, do you want to have all four of them? Because maybe that's correct. I don't know, genuinely. If spades and diamonds are the exact same thing, although I guess it's not really, because once you started playing the game, once you've made a first crossing off on the twins track, then straight away that brings about asymmetry through the course of playing the game. So actually, maybe it is worth having all four. Is for the right number of resources? I don't know. Like, none of these questions that I'm asking, I have any idea about. But yeah, streaming makes all games much longer, says Xate.
That's true.
It depends how much you're paying attention to chat. And I would say that definitely if we weren't streaming, it would have taken about 40 minutes. If we'd been playing it in real life, and I'd been able to go, okay, shum, shum, like that would have been so much easier. And it wouldn't, because it was occupying my brain, because this is the first time that I've ever played a roll and write in this manner. And thank you very much, Xate. A special shout out and thank you to Xate, who allowed me to draw things. I mean, they're not very well drawn, but you can sort of tell, hey, those are meant to be diamonds and those are meant to be clubs, right? And so that, you can tell what numbers I was trying to draw. And so, like, that's really cool. Thank you, Xate. I'm genuinely, thank you so much. That's new technology that now I have. I never knew that I had that on my laptop. But I was trying to overcome this technology, and also touching on a touchpad isn't as easy as drawing with a pen or even with a mouse. But if it was a pen, then for sure it would be simpler. Does this want to be a roll and write? That's another question. I know it started off life as a roll and write. Is this the best path for it? Like, do you... I am actually just... This is really good. This is really good. Well done. I watched a lot of the games being played on Michael's stream, but maybe because I wasn't able to engage, because I didn't know that if I... Would I have actually... Even like seeing a screen and seeing that at the same time is kind of difficult. But so I don't know if I would have wanted to engage in that way. But if I'd been in Glasgow, then sure, I mean in London, then I would have probably printed it out. But yeah, making it big. What, out of curiosity, I'm just wondering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 20 diamonds. When you might have a maximum of 6 plus 12 is 18. Okay, yeah, I guess. Okay, so
it's depending on how you are doing on the twins track, and I am thinking.
Oh yeah, and the twins can add extra. Yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's why I added
27. But you're unlikely to want all of them. Like, it does make me wonder whether I understand this came from this situation, whether it is a game where we should be taking little things and building, but it does work well as a roll and write for sure. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. Honest, like, in terms of what to do with this game specifically, I don't feel very equipped at this point to give you much advice. I would like what would you want this game to be? What yeah, I and
I have one idea of a change to make is because there are just too many circles in that in a grid, so you're
it
never
kind
gonna
of
get.
fools you.
Yeah, it kind of fools you. So I was thinking about pointing. Yeah, here you start. So maybe give one circle, so you have 1 point. So you get your first check mark. At least you have 1 point then, and then make a track from one end to the other, and the further you progress, maybe you get an extra square on one of the twin tracks or something like that, so you can get a little bit of an engine going. It's like if I go this way, I can get a diamond on the twin track, so I can cross off this, and then I get that, and then I get that, and then you can make combos. Not real engine buildings, but create combos, which we already did, but just a little bit more.
I'm just wondering, sorry, I'm just drawing something. No, this is terrible. I already hating this. Don't do this. But I'll show you what I drew anyway. So let me make myself bigger. So basically, I was just thinking you might as well start in the middle, and then you have maybe, I don't know, 3 things that you can draw, and then when you go to one of them, okay, there's 2 things that you can draw, and maybe on the second ones, if you progress this way, then maybe there's 2 things that you can store on those lines. I don't know. That's just an idea. Being able to store multiple things on a line could be quite cool.
That could be cool. And if it's the last circle, because you just draw one line, you could also say, well, this is the last circle. You don't have any free lines from there anymore. Then you can get a little bonus or something, because you cannot draw a line, so you cannot store any suits. So you maybe you can score some bonus.
Storing suits isn't an advantage. It's all about the retrieval of suits.
Yeah.
And so storing suits is only valuable currently if you are then going to draw a line. And drawing a line to get something is quite inefficient in a lot of ways, because you have to use 2 of your clubs, which is super valuable. I mean, I'm actually curious. I am really tempted to just make this. Do you have time right now to play another quick game?
Not really, because my sister
That's
will
fair.
show up in a half an hour.
Yeah, because I was just wondering whether there's too much of a focus on hearts. Well, I wonder if
in a previous game, hearts were only used on the twin track. So you used your hearts only there, and instead of using a heart, I think you used a spade to draw a line.
Okay.
And the biggest comments I got was hearts are overpowered because you get 2 easy points for them. So I changed the twin track a little bit and made sure that hearts were used somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
At first time, I wanted to use them in a circle.
Hearts being used to make lines as well, it makes me feel like I'm always going to want to use my jokers as a heart. Maybe I'm wrong, because clearly you won the game. And
I used the joker one time, not as hard. I used it as a spade to get on a twin track to get
because
my double.
Basically I used it once to use it as a club because I wanted to start making stuff, but then 2 rounds later I regretted it. And
that can happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. And regrets are a good thing. It means that you are making meaningful decisions. If you don't have regrets in a game, then arguably your decisions haven't really mattered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that meaningful decisions and regrets have to go hand in hand. I'm wondering also on this action thing, on the bit like, let me actually change the color.
Yeah, the top
to
ones I didn't use them at any time anymore.
I'm wondering whether on the actions bit, maybe some of these could be wild cards. Like, if just okay, I'm just wondering about slight simplification. Again, feel free to do this or not, but if this one was 2 clubs and anything, so 2 clubs and anything gives you anything. So would that be too easy to make either of these 2 things? Well, probably not, because if you want to turn one to the other, that's quite inefficient. But would it be too easy to make a heart? I mean, that's arguable, but I don't know. I just feel like it would keep that. Okay, there's another use for diamonds here and spades here, which I really like. But being able to turn 3 clubs into a heart, I don't think would be overpowered, and it would just allow you to get down to 3 actions, which I think would really help for the first couple of games. And also, I don't know, maybe, to be fair, I got it by the end of the first game, so that is entirely your call. And as a print and play, it feels, I mean, I would suggest that a sensible goal for this game is going to be getting it to a stage where people are having fun with it and wanting to play it out of choice. I think, honestly, it might already be at that point. I mean, again, other people, feel free to let me know what you think. Assuming that people in the chat haven't played along but have seen enough to maybe be able to play along if they had a printout, would you have wanted to play? And it feels like, for me, it's already at the point where I want to play a few times. Whether I would want to play it a third time, okay, yeah, probably. Certainly depends on the company. Would I want to play it a fourth time? I'm not too sure. But definitely there's interesting stuff. It's quite easy to play. I like the fact that I understand everything going on. I can see the possibilities. And this whole system, you could change this, completely change it quite substantially. But if you're wanting to keep it broadly the same, do you want to add more jokers? Do you want to remove a couple of each thing to add a bunch more jokers? Because maybe at that point you will be forced to use jokers for not hearts, and it feels like when that's becoming more of a meaningful decision, that might be more interesting. I don't know.
I was thinking about removing 1 club and adding 1 joker, just to make sure that all the suits are even and the wilds are odd.
I get the pattern, but what advantage does that have?
Not that much. It didn't change the game that much. I think I used sometimes the joker didn't show up because it's I want to have at least odd cards. You know that 1 card will not show up. So you're still guessing which card will be the end. I want to keep that. So, but making 1 club
so
a joker didn't change.
But what if you removed 1 of each of? So you've got 1 heart, 3 spades, 3 diamonds, 8 clubs, and 6 jokers. At that point, would you still be using all your jokers as hearts? Probably not. I mean, maybe
maybe can get fast on the twins track, but at some point the twins track is full, then you need to do something else. And then the hearts isn't that powerful anymore. So you're going to use it for something else. Currently, hearts is still too powerful to, basically say every
on the
wild
twins track.
Yeah, no, not only on the twins track, but you need hearts that, because you go faster on the hearts track, on the twins track with hearts. That's deliberately
exactly.
because there are less of them, of course.
Yep.
But it forces you to make the wild a heart every time, and I want to balance that out a bit.
I mean, you don't want to have it be too perfectly balanced, though, at the same time, because there's a couple of advantages. Firstly, it's that right off the bat, as a gamer, I could say, okay, well, hearts gets me check marks faster. I am going to be motivated to go up that track, and so that gives me some guidance. That's a nice thing. Whilst there were a bunch of turns where it's like, okay, diamonds or diamonds, spades or spades, clubs or clubs. Obviously, clubs or clubs is the most frequent thing. And then that can arguably seem a bit pointless, but there is so much else going on. You've still got a lot to think about turn to turn, at least for me. And it feels like... I mean, I wonder if there is a theme that could be leaned into a bit more. Like, I'm not sure what it could be. Like, what kind... I mean, at this point, sometimes if you've got a theme in mind, then it can inspire other mechanisms. But, like, maybe it's growth, or my mind goes towards growth, and... yeah, like... okay, city growth for sure, but it could be plants or flowers, I don't know. Hearts being so... yeah, maybe... yeah, again, you want there to be asymmetry. Do you want jokers at all if getting these... I mean, yeah, maybe like the baseline strategy is, okay, you always use your jokers as hearts. But then the second tier strategy is, hey, wait a minute, there's occasionally a time when you do. And I'm not convinced that there is that second part. But Alex makes a good question. I assume this is for Yoda. What's the most interesting part or decision? What's the part that you're most excited to be working on?
I definitely want to change the pattern of the circles, because you're not going to build them all. So to have more choices or which direction you want to go to. So make it a little bit different. And I liked your idea that you can probably maybe store 2 suits, so you get 2 at the same time if you go there. So I like that idea. I'm going to play with that one. And yeah, I'm definitely still thinking about how to make hearts a little bit, because if I was thinking about adding more hearts and make the twins track lower, but then hearts, spades, and diamonds were almost equal. And then the balance is a little bit gone. But making it easier to get hearts should be a thing. Like just like you said, making 3 clubs a heart, and just don't use diamonds or spades in there at all. Just use them for building this, filling in the circles. Or I could say 2 clubs make a heart, and a combination of a spade and a diamond make a heart as well. And that's just things I want to play with and see how that turns out.
I mean, for sure, if I were to answer Alex's question, for me, the fact that the scoring mechanism, it's clear, okay, you need to balance these things. It's very mathsy, and I don't mind a little bit of arithmetic in games for sure. And this is a game that's kind of playing into that. For me, storing things is a really interesting aspect of, okay, And having this aspect of, okay, you spend some resources to make the line, and in the line, both it allows you to make the circle later on. You probably don't want to waste the line. You probably don't want to make a line without making the circle later on, especially since the circle itself is what scores you as many points as you've got check marks. But yeah, thinking, okay, what am I going to put on this line to retrieve later? And that storage retrieval system for me is very interesting. Knowing right off the bat, okay, I'm needing to make things square, like balanced. Yeah, I would, if you have time for yourself to play around with it. I mean, this is at the point where I would say try some crazy ideas and see what feels suitable to yourself.
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, try completely different maps. Play it a couple of times. Try with 3 suits rather than 4. Try with like spades and diamonds are 1, and maybe in the actions bit you can have an icon that means anything that isn't a club. So on the bottom left, it could say, okay, a club plus any 2 things that are not clubs give you a circle. I don't know, it's just an idea. Or maybe it's just 2 of this diamonds. Let's say you drop spades because, hey, who likes spades anyway? But, sorry that, but, yeah, maybe, yeah, try it and see what happens. I would encourage you to just try out crazy ideas and see how it goes. Like, try one where, yeah, making a line only costs 2 things, and maybe making a line only costs a club and a heart. And then, okay, at the start, you're going to be, you might actually end up making a line from that you don't even end up using just to retrieve something. Maybe later on, you get to store 2 things, and by doing a club and a heart, you then get to retrieve 2 things. And maybe that could be like, oh, cool, I get to do this thing. And even if you aren't going to draw that final circle, then you still really want to go into it. I don't know. It's an idea, like if you had a couple of, then you're kind of playing more into that storage retrieval system, which feels like you're setting up things for future combos.
Yeah, that was basically the idea of the whole storage system anyway.
No, it works really well so far. It feels like it's definitely got a thing, and for sure, I agree with Xate. You want the entire, like, it makes sense, okay, having 5 sections that you're doing, but actions kind of just there as a reminder, and then the whole of the right should definitely be the map for sure. But it's a great game. I'm not. What would you like to, like? We've technically gone over time, but is there anything else that you would like to ask or talk about quickly before we wrap up?
Not really, actually. Yeah, I made a mental note of everything we said, so I have some playtesting and playing around with the system to do.
Okay. And yeah, if anyone wants to give it a go, then I guess, could there be a secondary scoring system, asks Alex.
How do you mean? Like have 2 tracks of scoring?
I think Alex means, for
different way of
example,
scoring.
you score circles multiplied by check marks, and you also score for each line of the suit that you manage to get to the end of, for example. So I don't know what Alex, like some sort of secondary.
That's actually a fun idea. If you get 10 of one suit, then you get a little bonus point or something.
Maybe
that can force you to say, "Oh, the Joker. I already have 10 of those, so maybe I want something else from it."
I would say that if you are moving towards, yeah, I mean, for me, there's already a good amount to think about, but yeah, that could definitely push even heavier into the heavier games. If we're making it even heavier,
Yeah.
and also making it more custom and pushing away from the I wonder what if some of the suits, like some of the cards, give you multiples of something. Like what's it? I wouldn't necessarily do it round each card has a number on it, because then you might just end up with strictly better cards, and that's not the most exciting thing. But yeah, I don't know. And also, it makes the retrieval system more complicated.
I was thinking to make, instead of just randomly draw 2 hearts for spades, make sure that you have for each suit also have the king, jack, or queen, or maybe the ace in it. And when you draw the ace, you get 2 of them.
Alex mentions maybe for reaching a certain place, like if you draw a line to a certain location, then you get a certain bonus.
Yeah, I was thinking that I mentioned that earlier, indeed, that I want to make a specific map that you walk on. You walk along, you draw lines and go to that circle, draw that line, draw that circle, and depending on your destination, you can get certain bonuses.
No, it's really nice, and I think you should be proud of what you've done here so far. It is really, really solid. So,
thank you.
No, definitely well done. I'm going to, yeah.
Stretchy time already.
Yeah, Stream Element says, yo, 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 it is stretching time.
Oh.
But no, this is really nice. I'm just thinking you could have certain cards that say, for example, here's double clubs. Here's like maybe hearts. It's always you only get 1, but I don't know. The baseline has to be 2, because then if the baseline is 2, you can go up to 3, and that's only 150%. Rather than being 200%, which might be too much of a jump, because if it's double of something, then it might be too obvious to go to it. The other way that you could do it is later in the round. Let's say, okay, what if there are certain cards that if you flip one of these cards out, it affects both of them. So in certain turns in the round, you get double of everything. Or maybe even different. What if in round 2, everything that you put down, you score double of one thing, if you know what I mean. And then in round 3, you score triple of the thing that you pick, but you need to pick just 1. That could be interesting. It would also mean that you build a lot more. And
well, I'm thinking to make at least the actions cheaper. A little bit cheaper, so that you build faster, and then you really have to choose, will I go for an action or a twin action?
I do feel like going for ending up with, like, you won and 3 and 3, it doesn't feel like that much was achieved. Like 3 cities, 3 check marks. That doesn't seem like that much to me.
True. You had way more. Well, you had 1 more city.
Like, basically, both of us managed to do 6 things at the end. In terms of check marks and cities, all we did was 6 things. And when, to balance it out, you want 3 check marks, which is it doesn't. I feel like for me, the more exciting part of it, when I think about it a bit more deeply, is actually the storage retrieval system. I would investigate how to play a wee bit more into that. And
instead of multiplying, I could just add the scores together. That way, if you're only focusing on, you can focus.
No, multiplying's really nice. That's not my beef. My beef isn't that I wanted to be able to just focus on the cities. My beef is that I didn't feel like I got enough done total. If I'd gotten 6 cities done, and I would have still felt, oh, okay, I got a bunch done, but it doesn't. It feels like it wants to be slightly more epic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like
You want a real arc to it, and not just little straight lines.
If you, I'm just wondering, genuinely, if in round 2, everything that you chose, you got 2 of it, and in round 3, everything you chose, you got 3 of it. Okay, this sounds crazy, but it would mean that the thing that you choose, that is really critical.
Yeah.
And it also means that you're going to have a much bigger sprawling map. I mean, I would be. It probably might be. It might be terrible, but I would be very interested to play that game. But I'm not going to force you. Do whatever you think is worth exploring.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, basically, I have 4 weeks now, because in 2 weeks you're doing your jam, right? So I have 4 weeks time to think about it,
and try things. And I guess, is it worth me off the phone? Is why I don't get it.
What do you mean off the phone?
And maybe I yeah. But no, going onto Discord, if people want to playtest it, I will make you can organize something there if people want to organize something, or if people want to try out Dutch's game, Yoda's game, then
just can leave remarks in the channel.
Yeah, you can draw it out. Oh, you know what you should do? Like, you know what Alex did? Alex did a really cool thing where it was like, okay, for this game, this is the sequence of the cards. Did you see that thing that Alex did?
Yeah, I made some sequences. So I made 2 games sequences already. So.
And so, yeah, that is something that would then allow people to compare scores asynchronously. And I think that would be really interesting if you had like just 3 games up on a website somewhere.
Yeah, that's basically the game, and then put my score in it, and then see if people can beat me.
But yeah, that was really good. I hope, and thank you for the. I don't know how much you've been watching, but I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. Is there anything else that you want to say or bring up before we finish up?
My sister just asked if she can come earlier. That's the only thing. She wants to bring the car already, so probably should end the stream.
Yeah, so we talked about so much, and we talked about why we're even doing this. We talked about Yoda's desire to make balanced, meaningful choices and have it be fun for one person outside of the family, at least. And I honestly think that you've already succeeded on all of those counts.
Thank you.
You mentioned that your dream is to make something that's publishable, maybe use it as a stepping stone to working as a designer or with other publishers. And we'll kind of talk about that with this project in 4 weeks' time, I guess. And we talked a wee bit about World of Tanks and mentorship, being pushing and cheerleader and educating and connecting folk. And, we'll make it up as we go along. We talked about Lelystad, and then we played this game, and I scored 8 points, and DutchYoda scored 14. I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah, 14. So it was 1 times 1, then 2 times 2, and 3 times 3. Perfectly balanced all the way through. Very nicely done. And so just a second. Sorry, I'm going to bring this down. If you have enjoyed this stream, then feel free to check my websites out, stuffbybezz.com, stuffbybigcardtalk.com. If you want to buy print and play versions of the L deck or whatever, twitter.com/stuffbybezz, instagram.com/stuffbezz, twitch.tv/stuffbybezz, which is streaming every day at 10 a.m. UK time, youtube.com/stuffbybezz for the old episodes, and stuffbybezz.com/discord. And be sure to join that for the game jam and stuff. Oh, I'm glad to hear. And if people want to check you out, where do you most like to be found?
I stream every Saturday and Sunday on Twitch, DutchYoda. So you can find me there. I stream in Dutch on Saturday. Haven't been promoting that much, so I need more Dutch audience anyway. Then DutchYoda plays on Instagram and Twitter. So, and I write and record now reviews for Budget Spelen, indeed. Like I did World of Tanks, which was released yesterday. At least the review was.
Cool. And actually having Anna Vassenberg on the 20th. That will be interesting to speak to another Dutch person.
Cool.
And yeah, thanks for opening yourself up to doing this publicly.
No problem.
Hope that, yeah, I mean, I know that myself, I have no issue with sharing a lot of this process publicly, but I know not everyone is of that same mindset. And yeah, I'm glad that other people are able to get benefit. So thank you, everyone. A special shout out to obviously Yoda being here and making a great game. And a special shout out to Xate, who allowed me to draw and scribble on this sheet of digital paper. And everyone who has been in the chat, everyone's been super respectful and lovely today. Lots of love to you all. Oh, I was going to say, Alex, you didn't remind me. I hope everyone's getting out, doing all the things that they wanted to do. Let me know in the Accountability Bodies Discord bit. I hope everyone's doing the thing. I'm going to sort that out just in a moment. Oh, that's totally fair, Nicholas. You don't have to give feedback. It was just like if people wanted to chime in and randomly give Yoda feedback, then that was the thing.
Yeah, it's available in the Discord, so you can get it, print it, and play with it, and then afterwards put it in Discord.
And we finish off with our final section that we do every time, where I ask, over to you, what are you up to? You can share anything you want to, whether it's an ambition, something that you need to do, or you're thinking, oh, if I do this, this will be great, or something that you're hoping that will happen, or something that you know will happen but you're looking forward to, whether it's food or game or important or trivial or silly or serious, whatever it is. What would you like to share?
From my point, let's see, my sister's coming over, but only to bring back my car, which she borrowed because her car died. So then I have to drive her back home, but she only lives like 5 minutes by car. So that's my plan. And clean up a little bit more, maybe go to the city dump because I have a lot of cardboard boxes that needs to be recycled.
Okay. I am going to, my minor achievements is going to be trying to find a UTR to send to someone. Then I might be doing a wee bit of tuning game jam in certain locations. And fingers crossed, Parent A comes back from hospital. I mean, I've not heard any bad news, so they were just in for observation after a heart operation, so it's all good. But yeah, that's pretty much me. I might, if we're all together tonight, realistically, someone's going to be tired, but we might play something, whether that's Rummy, because that's one of my parents' favourite games. I might do a wee bit more reading. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention was that I found out that Yogi is continuing to sell some amount, and so based on that, I did spend an amount of money yesterday on getting myself some treat, which was a bunch of Usagi Yojimbo comics. It's like, why do they go up in price so quickly? Do you know what I mean? I didn't buy the expensive ones, but it's like, wow, normally they're like 20 quid and you think, oh, maybe I don't buy it, and then you buy it later and you might buy it at like 15 quid or something. But no, it's completely the opposite with these comics. I guess it's a sign of a good comic that now if you want to get like volume 23, or because the last one I had was 19, it might be like 50 quid, or some of them are not available, some of them are like hundreds, like 100 quid, and it's like, wow, that's crazy, no way I'm spending that. But I'm going to now keep my eye on it for the next 6 months, so when something goes like cheap enough, I then buy it quickly with Usagi Yojimbo, because honestly, Usagi Yojimbo is my favorite comic by so much. Rob is making new tiles for a game I'm working on with Alex. Having fun with that. Brilliant. Also, building and installing some new kitchen cabinets this weekend. Sounds excellent. And yeah, excellence is exactly the word. That is, yeah, I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be chatting about the stream. It's very much a meta discussion. I'm going to be pondering whether I should affiliate or not. And that's a question that I've never made up my mind of. Maybe I should just ask people on Discord. What do you think? Affiliates or not? I'll ask people tomorrow. Ponder that.
I'm an affiliate. I did become affiliate.
I mean, the original reason was because Xates kind of said, don't become affiliate because then there's the adverts. And now that's less of a reason, because I'm realizing that, okay, realistically, I could do 90 seconds of adverts at the start before I start the stream, but then it means that I'm not going to be able to do it on the YouTube. That's the other consideration. But
that's you multi-streaming. I'm just streaming Twitch, so
it's
I don't have those issues.
Anyway, share, spread the word. I'm doing that tomorrow. Monday with Tiz, Tuesday musical shenanigans, Wednesday meeting Harley, and you can find out everything else. We will do a quick read. Which comic? Usagi Yojimbo. So here's one volume that I got, which was about 17 quid, which was not too bad. And Return of the Black Soul, it's a really good volume. But yeah, Usagi Yojimbo is just brilliant. Alex might work on her own roll and write. And enjoy your fruit. So, as we finish up, and I look at... Oh, Spielworks is going. Okay, cool. Let's go over to Spielworks. That's exciting. There's not normally another board game channel other than Idle Michael. So feel free to copy paste some or all of that message. And for now, that's Uli from Spielworks, made the redesign of the Macker, lovely person. And that is everything. Do you have anything left to say, Yoda?
No, I would just wish everybody a happy week and nice weekend.
Well, bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. I was expecting you to kind of jump in there and say go or something.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't.
That's all good. Time to go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, CT, and bye-bye. Hello, bye-bye. Bye-bye.